Hello and welcome to PrEP, Podcast and Radio English Program, a podcast and radio series for Yemeni learners of English, brought to you by Amideast, Yemen. The aim of this series is to provide Yemeni learners of English with more exposure to and practice with English. So, now, let's meet your teachers for today's lessons.
Welcome to the PrEP podcast, brought to you by Amideast, Yemen. I'm Sarah, and I am joined by my wonderful co-host Fatma.
Hi Sarah, and as usual, let's play a game of Guess the Festival or Holiday. I'll give you a brief description and you have to guess which festival or holiday I'm talking about.
But before that, could you tell me what the difference between celebrations and festivals is?
Okay, a festival is a public celebration. For example, New Year's Eve, while a celebration is private. For example, weddings or birthdays.
Now I know the difference. Thank you, dear.
Okay, Sarah, are you ready for the game now?
Yes, go ahead.
Great. Here's the first description. This festival is celebrated in many countries around the world to mark the end of the year and the beginning of a new one.
That's easy. It's the New Year's Eve.
Correct. You got it. Okay. Here's the second one. This festival celebrates the arrival of spring, the victory of good over the evil, and the colors of life. People throw colored powders at each other.
Colored powders? I usually see this celebration in Indian movies. Is it celebrated in India?
Yes.
It's Holi?
Well done. It is Holi. Okay. Number 3. This holiday is observed in many countries to honor and show respect to mothers.
That's my favorite one. It's Mother's Day.
Well done. It is correct. The last one. This festival is celebrated in India. It's called the Festival of Light.
It's the day that we see many Indian streets decorated. It's Diwali.
Absolutely. I hope that you learned from this festival and celebrations about this game.
Yeah, thank you.
Listen to two people talking about a festival in their country.
Hey, did you have a great Halloween?
Yeah, it was fantastic. I went to a costume party and danced all night. How about you?
Mine was good too, but I think going out was more exciting than staying at home watching a horror movie with a few friends.
So you didn't go out?
Yes, I had fun, but your costume party was better than watching a horror movie at home.
Well, I bet you also had a good time watching the horror movie. I think watching a horror movie can be as interesting as having a party.
Well, to tell you the truth, I enjoyed the candies more than the movies.
Oh, you're absolutely right. In the end, what matters is family gathering and the fun and memories that stay with us.
Exactly. So let's enjoy the experiences we had and look forward to other wonderful festivals in the future.
Discussion.
In the conversation, we heard the person says your costume party sounds more exciting than watching a horror movie at home. Why did she use more exciting?
She used comparative adjectives to compare two things. Here she compared two activities like watching a horror movie and going to a costume party on Halloween.
Why did she use more exciting and not excitinger?
We add ER to one syllable adjectives like small, smart, strong. They are changed into smaller, smarter, and stronger. Here, exciting is two syllable adjective, so we cannot add ER. You have to put more before the adjective. For example, playing soccer is more interesting than reading a book. Number 2, شواطئ عدن is more famous than Ice Palace.
How about this sentence? Your costume party was better than watching a horror movie at home.
Here, better is an irregular comparative adjective. It's used instead of good. We have other irregular adjectives like bad becomes worse, far becomes further.
I see. Sorry for asking many questions, but this is the last one, please.
No worries, you can ask.
I heard one person saying watching horror movies can be as interesting as having a costume party.
Here she was comparing two similar activities, so she used as interesting as. Okay, I hope it's clear now.
Sure, thank you.
Now it's quiz time. Choose the correct comparative adjectives from the brackets.
Number 1. The weather is getting dash as winter approaches. Cold, colder, coldest. Number 2. My sister is dash than me. Tall, taller, tallest. Number 3. This book is dash than the one I read last month. Interesting, more interesting, most interesting. Number 4. The red shoes are dash than the black ones. Expensive, more expensive, most expensive. Number 5. He is dash at playing the piano. Good, better, best.
The correct answers are number 1, colder. Number 2, taller. Number 3, more interesting. Number 4, more expensive. Number 5, better. Now listen to us talking about two strange celebrations and festivals.
So, Fatma, New Year's Eve, Holi, Mother's Day, and Diwali are all popular festivals celebrated around the world. Do you know about a strange festival?
Let me think. Oh yeah, once I was watching videos on YouTube and I came across a strange festival.
Strange? Interesting. What was that?
It's called the Day of the Dead.
Day of the Dead? Where is it celebrated?
Well, it's celebrated in Mexico from October 31st to November 2nd.
And why is it celebrated?
Well, it is a traditional Mexican holiday that honors and remembers deceased loved ones. They believe that the spirits of their loved ones return to join them.
Cool. That reminds me one of the Balda celebration, which is not the same, but many Yemenis don't know about it.
البلدة? What is it?
Yes, it is celebrated in Mukalla.
Really? When is it celebrated and why?
It is celebrated on July 15th.
You mean in the summer?
Yes, but instead of being very hot, there are warm and cold sea currents. People enjoy swimming in these warm cold sea currents, especially after the very hot weather in May and June. Al-Balda festival has become very famous and people come from different areas in Hadramaut to celebrate the many activities, which are usually at night. Activities like singing, poetry, and sports competitions.
Really? That's really interesting. So Sarah, let's join the البلدة festival next summer. Conversation 3.
So, Fatma, do we have celebrations in Yemen?
Oh yeah, we have many celebrations and holidays.
Like what?
We have holidays like September 26th, October 14th, and the Independence Day.
Independence Day? When is it celebrated and why?
It's celebrated on November 30th. This holiday marks the Yemenis' independence from the British rule.
What other celebrations do we have?
Oh, many people celebrate their birthdays and newborn babies.
Yes, we also celebrate weddings, engagements, the coming of Ramadan, Eid al-Fitr, and Eid al-Adha.
As you see, we have many, Sarah, celebrations.
Yeah, so what's your favorite celebration?
I love Eid al-Adha. It's the second Eid in the Islamic year.
When is it celebrated?
It is celebrated on the 10th of Dhul Hajj. We celebrate it for 3 or 4 days.
Who do you spend with?
It's a chance for all my family members to meet.
Do you give presents?
Not exactly. Well, I got idea from my grandparents. I also gave my nieces and nephews money or candies.
Dear listeners, let's check your understanding of the conversation. I'll ask questions and you have to answer the questions after the beep.
Number 1. How many national holidays are in Yemen?
They are 3. September 26th, October 14th, and November 30th.
Question number 2. Why November 30th is celebrated?
It is Independence Day and it is celebrated because it marks Yemen's independence from British rule.
Last question. What is Fatma's favorite celebration?
It's Eid al-Adha.
Speaking activity. Dear listeners, now answer the questions about yourself after the beep.
Number 1. What is your favorite celebration and when do you celebrate it?
Number 2. What do you do on it?
Number 3. Who do you spend it with?
And number 4. What do you do?
Now we have reached the end of today's episode of Celebration. We hope that you have enjoyed learning about celebrations and festivals around the world and in Yemen.
For further practice, please join our Amideast Facebook page where we will post tasks, exercises, and links to more online practice of English.
Thanks for joining us today. See you in our next episode. Bye.
Bye.